Hey everyone, welcome back to the sunny side. I'm Sunny, and this video here is all about Venus in the first house. You guys got that? This is an astrology video about Venus in the first house. And for those who don't know, right, I used to write horoscopes for some of the newspapers in Canada. I'm Sunny. Hey, what's up? I haven't made a video in a while. This video is pretty chill, pretty relaxed, kind of unstructured. And I used to teach astrology, and I didn't teach this year, but I might teach again soon. Whatever. In this video and in this Venus series, we're going to discuss the top 5 things maybe you didn't know about Venus in a particular part of your chart. And there we go. I hope everybody's super cool. I hope everybody's having an amazing day. Welcome back to the sunny side. Here we go. All right. Oh, no, wait. There was a question. Someone had a question on the live stream. It was like, hey, Sunny, are you a unicorn or are you just happy to see me? All right, well, here's a question. Why the I be happy to see you? All right, whatever, man. Let's get back to work. You guys like whatever. All right, whatever. Let's keep it light. Let's keep the action. Let's keep the action sweet, man. Okay, here we go. Oh, we're not here yet. Okay, okay, next. Here we go. Let's start this action off. So we're going to do this in kind of a clickety-click kind of education kind of thing. Often on my live streams, I say, or for those who don't know, I say things like, all right, guys, give me 5 keywords for, like right now, you'll see Venus is in Libra. Give me 5 keywords for Venus in Libra, right? Or 5 keywords for this. So as we begin this particular video today, just take a moment, right? Just take a moment and write down. You can leave it in the comment section, or you can write it on a piece of paper, whatever. Do whatever you want. Write down and pause the video, 5 key words to describe Venus in astrology. All right, 5 key words to describe Venus, and leave it in the comment section. All right, everybody cool? You guys back? Okay, you guys back? My turn. Okay, I wrote it down. Here we go. So, yeah, Venus is love. Yeah, Venus is this. Venus is that. This is all that soft, gushy stuff that you guys say. Venus is lazy on the negative side, right? Venus is the Empress card in the tarot. Blah blah blah. Venus rules Taurus and Libra. Venus is feminine in Taurus, masculine in Libra. But like, and then exalted and it's fallen, all that kind of stuff. But like, and it rules certain houses and stuff. But like, that's not really the point. That's not really the point. You can just figure that out. For me, when I'm writing the horoscopes or I'm doing astrology readings for you guys, Venus for me is rapport, right? And that's the word that I use. And you could use them, and under that category of rapport, it's how you want to get along with other people. It's not the moon, right? It's not your like blind desire that you have to have it. That's the moon. You don't have to do your Venus. And if you're broke ass, you're probably not. So just say it. So Venus is, it's like if someone is down, right? Someone is upset, or like something happens to someone, something negative, and your Venus is, say, in Sagittarius, you might want to make that person laugh to cheer them up. If your Venus is in Scorpio, you might want to bond with them sexually, right? Your Venus is in Scorpio, own it. If your Venus is in Aries, you might cheer them up by saying, hey, come on, man, you're the best, go get him, so it all depends on where it is. So, and so it's rapport, it's how you get along with others. It is relationships, right? It is relationships. It is, so how you get along with others. It is love. And anyways, enough. I'm rambling. Next, when I use Venus, it's also attraction, love, and money. So wherever Venus is in your chart, or however, and I'm going to show you in a second, the energies pull into your Venus in your chart, that's where you will always find love and money. That will also lead to your lucky love and money days within the year. So that's something you should pay attention to. Turn into the live stream where you can just check it out, check me do this all live. And anyways, whatever, man. All right, so rapport, attraction. It's also, when it's transiting, a major indicator of short-term success. All right, you guys got that? Venus is really important in your chart. It's where you attract. I look at it in when I'm doing mini readings for you guys. It's always where you're going to attract your love and money. And so there you go. And it's a person's positive, happy temperament, as opposed to their aggressive temperament. All right, next. All right, next. Let's go on to the next section. So that's Venus. Next, I need you to write down 5 keywords for the first house. Obviously, guys, got it? Pause the video, write down 5 keywords for the first house in astrology, and I'll start showing you this right now. So this is the first house right there. That's Venus. Okay, so that's Venus. That's Venus right there. And this is the first house. This is Libra, but like that's not really what we're talking about today. There we go. 5 keywords for Venus, not 5 keywords for the first house. Okay, you guys ready? My turn? All right, here we go. So what did I write down? The first house is you physically. Like seriously, it's you physically. It's not your, health, illness, stubbing your toe or anything, but it's your corporal entity. Not what happens to it, but it's your thing. And so your physical thing. But it's more than that. So it's you physically, including your head, face, and name, right? If there's a problem in the first house, people are going to mess your name up and stuff. And so, and name, it's also how you show yourself to the world. Okay, you guys got that? There's often confusion about how the houses work, but if you really want to understand how astrology works, the houses, you got to understand the houses, and understanding the houses will eventually help you gain a stronger understanding of aspects. All right. Well, that's the way I look at it anyways. And I'm the teacher, so whatever. You got to do it the way I say. So whatever. All right, next. Okay, next. Okay, next. But, my notes, right? But the houses do not exist in a vacuum. Okay, you guys got that? Seriously, do you guys got that? The houses do not exist in a vacuum. So it's not just, so having something in the first house, right? It doesn't just affect the first house. It doesn't just affect your looks. Like, you know what? I didn't write it down, but I'm going to pause the video and then I'm going to write it down. Hold on a sec. All right, let's get back to it. Oh my goodness. I didn't write, there are 2 things down I didn't write down. It is like, it's like so important. It's like the number one thing when I'm looking at someone, for me to think if they have Venus in the first house, like the number one thing. And I'm like, oh my God, I forgot to write it down. Okay, so here we go. So there's more about the first house. These houses are connected. In Western astrology, it's difficult to see the connection here, especially as we rotate the chart and the planets around the chart, or we cast a horoscope from different perspectives. It's a little easier to see in the Vedic box, like in all seriousness, but we're not going to do that today, okay? That's not the point. So watch this. This should be easy. This should be easy to understand. We already know Venus in the first house means you're good looking, right? Like everybody knows that. This is the first thing you guys wrote down probably. Now, if you're good looking, right? Venus in the first, if you're good looking, you're probably, if you're good looking, well, we all know that, sometimes good looking people do really well in the 9th house. They do really well at school. They excel at school because like they're good looking. So like that's it. 9th house, ability to travel, favor from authorities, favor from the king. The 9th house is like a good place to hang. Favor from your father. Lots of favors from the 9th house coming in to good looking people. You know that's true. Why are you guys looking at me like that? So 5th house, it also pulls in harmoniously from the 5th house. That's dating, playing, babies, and definitely making babies. Yeah, you think if you're not good looking, you're not going to be getting the opportunity to make a lot of babies? Come on, man. Look at this is how astrology, this is how it works. Like, I know you're like, oh, cryptic, I have to memorize all of this. Man, good looking people have favor. So, all right, but watch out, there's more. And I didn't tell you the top 5 good things you should already know, and we're going to get onto that in a sec. The next thing, if you're good looking, the first house is not favorable with the 10th house, and it's not favorable with the 4th house. Okay, we'll get on with that a little later. So it has a lot going on with it. It's more than just the first house in isolation. All right, here we go. Let's get back on with it. Okay, remember, there's a good and a bad to everything. Here we go. So you guys should already know. So again, here we go. So let's put it together. Take a moment once more, pause the video, and write down in the comment section or whatever what we're doing here today. 5 keywords or signs or things or whatever, descriptive words, adjectives, describing someone who has, or the transit of, Venus in the first house. All right, just pause the video. Just give me 5. Everybody cool? All right, we're back. Okay, now here's some things that you should know and things you should say. Like, I expect you to say things like, these guys, you would describe these guys as captivating, maybe soft-spoken, very friendly, super creative, right? Super creative. It pulls in from the 5th house of creativity. 5th house gambling as well. They take chances. They take chances. Really, I'll tell you in a second. Okay, they're very beautiful eyes, right? These guys have very beautiful eyes. These guys can make money in modeling, design, performing arts, like anything that has to do with all of that kind of stuff. One sec, what else? Okay, these guys tend to love children. Sometimes they have problems with children, but they love children, and they have active receptivity in it, right? It says, I don't know where I got this, but it says, the name tag says, I will love you if you allow, but more importantly, I will let you love me if you wish. These are selfish people, man. These aren't the like, I love you guys. These are guys attracting to them. I will let you, remember, it's rapport. They love other people by letting them be worshipped. Oh my God, man. But you probably already know that. Okay. All right, what's next? Okay, there is something that there's something you should know that, let's see, okay, here you go. So that's the regular stuff that you should know about Venus in the first house. You should already know that these guys are the pretty guys. These guys have, they view others on first impressions, right? They view people based on their looks. This rapport is based on appearance, the first house. These guys can be obsessed with their looks, always staring in the mirror. They use sex to get what they want. They can be egomaniacs, narcissists, whatever. Indulgent. They tend to be lazy. It's Venus, right? They can lack general intimacy, be superficial, right? Like, these are super pretty people. A feeling that there's not constantly seeking pleasure. They relate to others based on how they look in the moment, right? They can quit easily, but they're also natural winners, and they have success in medicine. You should know all of that. Now, here's what you don't know. And this is why you come and study at the SunnySide. Study at the SunnySide. And so here's the action. Here's the action on Venus in the first house for real. And thank you for making this far in the video. Please share the video. Thanks for playing along. First, Venus in the first house is infamous for being absolutely beautiful, like spectacular, the most beautiful people in the zodiac, whether they're garish or not, in every single rising sign except 2. And the people who have the Venus in those 2 rising signs are pretty butt. I'm not telling you what 2 rising signs. Okay, that's what I'm going to offend him. All right, next. Here we go. Remember, this is nothing exists in a vacuum here. So, first thing you want to know is these guys have problems with the in-laws. Okay, people in Venus in the first house have problems with the in-laws. The in-laws in astrology, right? Your partner's parents are up here. Okay, watch this. This is your partner is right here, and this is your partner's parents, and that is a square. So that's tension. So people who have Venus in the first house tend to have problems with the in-laws. They also have problems with their own parents, right? People with Venus in the first house have problems with parents in general. All right, next. Next. Seriously, that's a lot. But everybody be cool. You're gonna want to hear. You're gonna want to hear the next couple of ones. The next couple of points. So first up, these guys have problems with their in-laws. Second, the Venus pulls away from the 7th house. Venus pulls away from the 7th house, which is marriage. People with Venus in the 1st house, they get divorced. You guys got that? Like, what's that? Because it's gonna get good. Okay, everybody, hold on. You're watching my video here. This is the SunnySide. This is what we talk about is coming up next. Why? What? Okay, here we go. Next, first, problems with the in-laws. Second, these guys get divorced. Third, major, these guys cheat in relationships. That is a lock, man. That's a lock. Venus in the... I don't know why you would not think that. You don't think... You don't think... Okay. Again, why would I be happy to see you? Okay. Okay, so here we go. Problems with the in-laws, definitely divorce. These guys cheat in relationships. What else do you need to know about Venus in the 1st house? These guys lose their hair. Venus leads to... One of the negative sides of Venus is it kind of gets a little lazy. On the positive side of Venus, it's very... It can be active and beautiful and engaging, and it would lead to good looks. But in certain parts of the chart, it could cause problems. Like in the 6th house, it could mean losing your job. And, you would think, freedom in your day, whatever. Or in the 4th house, it could mean getting evicted. Like it's... there's a negative to this. And the negative side of having Venus in the 1st house, in addition to all the positive stuff about your appearance, it does bring some negative at times. It's silly. And one of them is losing your hair, player. Oh, yeah. Take that, you cheating one. Everybody be cool. Everybody be cool. Next. These guys, and I say this all the time. I say it all the time in the horoscopes. You got to watch out for pimples and facial blemishes at certain times in your life. If you have an active Venus, the negative side of Venus in the 1st house, at least oily skin, pimples, facial blemishes, you got to deal with it. Take the good, take the bad. Next, so these guys definitely get pimples at certain ages. But they're pretty, right? They're pretty people get pimples. Next, these guys, I don't know which one. There's 2 left, and they're both really neat. One more that's super important that I noted, like if I look at someone and I see this, I'm like, okay, these guys have Venus in the 1st house. Do you have a boyfriend? Okay, next, let's move on. So these guys tend to have a mole or beauty mark on their face, like a little mole right here or here or something. They're pretty and they have a mole and they call it a beauty mark, right? And the beauty mark on these guys tend to have a mole or a beauty mark on their face somehow. And when they do, that's a sign they have Venus in the 1st house and they're ready to be your friend. And finally, the last thing that you probably don't really know, but you should know about Venus in the 1st house, believe it or not, these guys get attacked by dogs. Like really, and small pets. So Venus in the 1st house, these guys get bitten by dogs and problems with dogs and animals with horns. Seriously, like unicorns. Ah! All right, guys. Oh man, that was a lot of fun. I guess I turned this into video. I hope everyone has a super amazing day. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. Please share the video. Or hang out on the channel during the live streams when I do astro stalking, when we look at your boyfriend's charts and find out if he's cheating or not. All right, guys, that's the action. From TheSunnySide.net, I'm Sunny, wishing everyone the best of a super amazing day. And I'll see you guys soon.